Hey guys, it's Ash and P.
Hey, we're back.
We are. I was just going to say welcome back because this is our first recording since the wedding.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's been a while since we've recorded, but last week we didn't have an episode because we were both just trying to get over, well, I was trying to get over the aftermath of Mexico.
Yes.
And you went to a game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how was we'll start with that one. How was the Charger 49er game?
Well, we lost, so that wasn't great.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Gosh.
Who's blowing you up?
It's my phone reminding me to do the podcast.
Oh.
So I don't forget to publish. Oh god.
So the game, but you went with your brothers, your dad, and your kids and your husband.
Yes. So Jason and the boys they didn't sit with us, but they did obviously drive with us to the game, of course. But I sat with my brothers and my dad, which was really nice. It was good. It is the first game it's the first game I've ever gone with anyone other than Jason.
Oh.
I've only ever gone 2 actual games with Jace.
Have your boys gone to a game yet?
No, it was our first one.
Oh, that's cool.
And I didn't even sit by them.
Oh, that's okay. Fine.
But I had way better seats, so that was worth it.
I wouldn't sit with them either.
No. So it was nice. I mean, we lost, but in all honesty, I wasn't expecting us to win. So I didn't leave disappointed. My brother was so disappointed. And
Which
I'm like,
one?
Robbie.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, because he's a Chargers fan too. Yeah. So he was like, we were leading up until the last. Oh, and I'm like, you should know.
Yeah. Actually, we turned it off. We thought it was a done deal.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe you.
Well, you know what? Tony it was like a full day of football. And I think the kids were just like, it's the season now. They're ready for holiday movies.
Yeah.
They're ready for everything. And it didn't look like it was going anywhere.
Right. Oh, that's right. You guys turned on a Christmas movie, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot. Yeah. Well, it did. So I was looking for who I should blame. Is it because of my brother? Is it because of my brother that's a Niners fan? Is it...
Oh, I didn't know Steven was a Niners fan.
Well, yes. He doesn't watch football anymore. Once it went woke, he stopped watching.
Yeah.
So he doesn't watch anymore. But before that, he was.
Can I tell you really quick about that? It is very hard. I want to boycott so many companies.
Yeah.
And then it gets hard to stay boycotting them for me because I'm like, fuck.
I really needed that. Yeah.
There is a pair of Nikes and I'm not even a Nike girl, but there is one pair of Nikes that I like so much. I have liked them for 2 years, but I'm like, fuck Nike. I'm not buying Nike.
Yeah, we gave up
Nike
that
fans.
too because Jason and the boys wanted some shoes. I held on for 2 years and then finally I was like, whatever, fine. Fine.
You
guys,
did?
Yeah, because I was like,
you gave in, I can probably.
Well, I mean, I haven't bought any of my own, but my household has.
I haven't bought anything. Seriously, shoes wise, I'm not a crazy Nike person, and even there,
yeah, me either.
But there is a pair that I for a year plus, it was coming up all the time. I would see it, and then I would see it go on sale, and then I would see it and I'm like,
I want to know what shoe
want
this
those.
is.
They're so cute. And they're training shoes, and they look so comfortable, and they're cute. They got a little leopard on them, but not a lot of leopard.
I want to see them.
And then they've got a little color, but not like obnoxious. And so, yeah, and it's interesting because I was looking at shoes for my Christmas wish list.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't look very hard, but I looked at like one store, I think, yeah, I looked at Dick's because I have like a rewards thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't see them, and that's like the first time I didn't see them. I was like, oh, maybe they won't have them anymore, and then I won't be tempted anymore to buy them.
Yeah, see? There you go. It's a sign.
Yeah. I didn't look, like I said. I saw them on Amazon. I saw them at Dick's. I saw them at the night,
Everywhere.
Yeah.
They were just in your face.
Mm-hmm.
You stayed strong.
I did.
Good for you.
I know.
My husband, my children, not very strong.
But it's hard. There's a lot of woke companies.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're getting a little less woken. Some of them.
I don't know.
That, or it's just died down. I feel like it's not very loud and proud anymore. Don't get me wrong. I think that there are companies it's not that they don't support it anymore. It's not anything like that. I just don't think that they're as vocal as they once were.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I do.
I don't know. I don't know. Like the NFL, they haven't changed. Well, they're still the same. So I don't see that it's died down there. I guess, I don't know. There was someone recently that I was like, now I can't use them. I can't remember who it was now. But it was very recent.
I don't know. But there are a lot of companies like that. Mm-hmm. But anyway, you had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
You had amazing seats.
Very good seats, yes.
Your kids had decent seats, but not as good as yours. And did they enjoy it? Did they like it?
They did, yeah. Hayden was also really disappointed. He was also disappointed. I almost said last night. On Sunday, I was like, and I wanted to tell him, boy, if you're going to be a Chargers fan, you got to be ready for this. Yeah, this is not unusual. Like I have said, they have found every single way to break my heart. Aww. There's not a way that they have not broken my heart. So I have learned myself this season, I think, is when I figured it out.
Yeah.
It is so much better for my blood pressure if I just go into every game thinking we're not going to win.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I get, like, Lynn's messaged me on Sunday and she was like, oh my gosh, are you dropping as many F-bombs as Bear? And I said, no, mostly because I've like changed my mindset or whatever. And also because I'm trying not to cuss. So,
well, I don't even know how you're doing that. We'll have to get into that. I will tell you though, I know nothing of that sort, what it's like to lose a game.
Well, maybe I'll bring yours up next time. Huh? Hey, at least.
Finally.
At least you did. I don't know. I guess I shouldn't say this because I haven't been following football very closely this season.
I haven't either. Honestly, since I've had the little ones, it's been hit or miss when I do. It's tough. I mean, I feel like we just had a different feeling. It was easier.
Yeah.
When the kids weren't.
Oh, yeah.
Before the little ones were born, to go and watch and have people here. Or
right.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely harder.
Much bigger. And now I feel like it's hard for me to follow. Tony still does pretty well with it. I mean, he's still in fantasy football and all that stuff, so he follows it pretty well. watching it though is hard for him sometimes. Like to find the time to watch it. It's a lot of app stuff that he gets, his information from.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of time.
See, I don't have that problem. Well, I do miss the morning games. I always miss those.
Yeah.
But I haven't been watching as much football this season.
Shoot, what did you say that I was going to touch on? I said I'll have to talk to you about that. And now I can't remember what it was. You said you're not cussing. Why aren't you cussing?
I'm just trying to be better.
Better at what?
Better at watching my language.
What's the matter with your language?
I'm like a sailor.
You don't cuss as much as I do.
I don't know.
Do you know that? Okay, so we have yay, a new hire coming in finally.
Yay.
At the beginning of the year.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I feel like I had to crawl through the desert and climb over a mountain to get this person, this everything that's going to come of this. And I'm so happy that we finally made it happen, and it's going to happen. And the fact that I love the person is just so much better. And everything. But we were so my boss.
Are you going to tell her she has to keep up on our podcast as part of her employment?
I will.
Okay,
yes.
good.
Yes, I will. So my boss.
I feel like she's pretty on it though.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see when she hears this, right?
Oh yeah.
So my
boss, she's already told me about underwear.
Oh, okay.
A while back she did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I think she's
okay. So my boss was having, I guess he went to have dinner with his son, and his son worked with me for about a year and a half. And he worked upstairs with me, and basically I just gave him direction on what to do, and he did it. And he was a great, great help. And then he graduated from college, and he got a big boy job, and he left me. And so he tells his dad, or his dad told him, well, we hired someone. And he's like, you hired someone, you replaced me? And he's like, no, we did not replace you. We actually hired an actual, like a real employee, not like an assistant, not like part-time kid. And he's like,
we've actually improved off of you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's like, oh, he's like, she's like, or they're like a professional. And he's like, yeah, they are. And he goes, are you sure you want to do that? And he was like, why? He's like, where are they going to sit? And he's like, she's going to be upstairs with Priscilla. And he's like, she cusses a lot, right, Dad? And he's like, I know, they're friends, so it'll work out great. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I mean, I do cuss a lot. Maybe I'm an HR nightmare. Do you know what's hard when I cuss? I try not to cuss at the kids' school.
Mm-hmm.
That's hard because there's times where I'm like, oh, fuck.
I mean, it isn't until you're trying not to that you realize how much you do.
Oh, I cuss a lot. I don't really care that I cuss a lot, though. Like, it doesn't bother me. I don't. Maybe it's bothersome to other people. I'm sure.
Really? Do you think people are bothered by it? I think a coworker of mine is, because one of my other coworkers was like,
I think
I'm like,
my boss's wife would be very bothered with how much
I bet.
I cuss.
Well, I tried really hard to be very good at their house.
Oh, I try to be very. Well, you were drunk.
But I still tried.
You were drunk when you went.
I still tried.
I try very hard to be not cusser
around
when I'm around her, because I feel like she would really not like me if she knew how much I cussed. But
so you're saying she doesn't listen to our podcast?
She does not. I think she would.
I'm going to send her the link.
I don't think so. We get along great. Love her. She is super sweet and awesome. she's just a really sweet, gentle person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I would be completely gross and obnoxious to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's ladylike. I don't think that's mothery. I don't think that's.
I don't think I'm mothery.
You are very mothery. You let your kids sleep with you till they were like 10.
Look.
That's pretty mothery.
I know, but I
You
feel
like
like
to
the way
see
I
them all
talk
like
to
you.
them, I'm not mothery.
Did you hear me yell at my 3-year-old?
It wasn't anything bad, though. I think
But
you...
I yell like I'm gonna fuck you up right now. Is how I yell.
See, but
how I talk. I don't even think it's yelling so much. I think it's just like my tone is like.
Yes. That is it, because Hayden is, I think, more scared of me when I'm not yelling.
Yeah.
Because
I can see that. I mean, I Tristan will say things like to me like, "Why are you yelling?" And I'm like, "I am not even yelling."
Oh, the boys all the time. I'm like, you would know.
Yeah.
Please.
You've heard me yell.
Yeah.
Give me a break. I'm not yelling. I am talking to you like
you're stupid because you're acting stupid.
Yeah. You're on my last fucking nerve.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm fucking done now.
Like, is that mothery? Because I feel like I say that kind of stuff to my kids.
Mother.
Is it?
I think so.
You think we're normal?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
I
feel like, I will say, I don't think that I would say I don't think we're coddlers, but I think we do in different ways.
Yeah.
I think we both coddle in different ways.
Yeah.
Than what, maybe there's a mother that doesn't yell. I don't know her, but maybe there's a mother that doesn't yell.
I don't know about that.
Maybe there's a mom that does like the whole, like sit down, let's talk and whatever. But I don't think that's normal. I think a normal mom loses her shit sometimes because kids drive you fucking nuts.
See, but do I lose mine all the time?
You have teenagers. Yes, you do.
So
and you have boys.
Yeah, I guess I just feel like I feel like I'm a little rough. Like I'm not gentle.
I don't know, Ash. You're soft.
Because I'll let them snuggle. Oh, because I'm fluff. Gosh, I'm all kinds of things apparently because I'm fluffy. No. I know. I'm soft. Okay, I get it. No,
my hand like this wasn't like your butt or anything.
It was like in some ways.
Soft, you're soft. You're gentle in ways, but your kids are always going to know your point, and your kids are going to know where you stand behind it. But you're not cutthroat. Like you do nourish them. You do tell them. You do give them chances. You're very sweet. I've seen your text messages with your boys. You're very sweet, and you're very complimentary of them. Kids don't always deserve our compliments. Okay,
that's true.
It takes a lot because they don't. They fuck things up before you can even compliment them. Sometimes you're getting ready to, and then they fuck it up, and then now you can't.
I know.
Or now it's like, hey, you were doing great, but
I feel like I'm doing that all the time, especially with Hayden. Like he is doing so much better this school year than he has been. And so I am very happy about it. But then he'll do this one stupid thing where I'm like, and then I happen to be looking at that point. So I'm like, I'm trying to tell you how good you're doing and how proud of you I am. But at the same time, I want to smack you to death.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
And I feel like, I know you've mentioned it before that you try not to like get on T so much because sometimes you feel like that's all you're doing.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I feel. I feel like that's all I'm doing.
It feels like it's your whole relationship.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just have like good moments? You know, why can't I have some good moments so that I can go back and think about those memories that we just had, and we had a good laugh in the car, and we were great, and we went to go get something to eat, and we had.
But then it's like we do have good moments, but then it's like there's just so much of me having to be on you all the time.
I feel like it's you're going to be in the thick of this for another 2 years.
That's it. I
Sure.
feel like it's going to be more. Jackson's only 13.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about with Hayden.
Oh, with Hayden.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you've got another 2 years where you're really in the thick of it. And then I think he probably turns kind of like not even really, maybe 3 years, not even really turns a corner. I think he's just, well,
in 3 years, he'll be 18. So I hope.
I know.
I hope I have to. Path. Yeah, but I mean, hope he's
got to find
figure some stuff out by then. I'm losing hope now.
But see, you know, you're not going to like kick him out. Where I'm telling Tristan, like, I just paid $350 for her to apply to how many different state schools?
I know.
That's just the state schools. That's not even the private schools, because I said, I don't care, apply. I don't care, apply. And I told
Has she applied to the private schools yet, or they're not?
They're not done yet. They're not. I mean, they're not. It's
not open yet.
I mean, it is open right now. She hasn't submitted everything. She's still working on her portfolio, whatever, her portfolios or whatever. Honestly, it's kind of up to her. You know, yeah. I'm not pressuring her. Right. But, I'm not holding her back either. So it's, hey, if you really want it, you're going to get it done, and you better get it done before the deadline. Mm-hmm. That's all. That's all. It's not the deadline.
Yeah.
And so she's not done, I guess. Whatever. She hasn't asked me for my credit card, so I haven't paid for it. But I was basically, I'm like, you're not staying here, so you better apply to, I don't care how many you have to apply to. And she's like, well, it's like $70 every time. I'm like, I don't care. Just do it, and we'll pay for it.
So if she got into Fresno, would she go to the dorms?
And I did have her apply to Fresno State as a backup.
I know that's not ideal, but let's say worst case scenario.
I don't want her living here if she goes to Fresno State, so we have to cross that bridge. I don't know if she'd probably end up moving in with that. To be
really?
I don't think she would want to, but I think he would convince her to. Is my biggest thing. So I would say, yes, go live in the dorms or go live in some apartment near school. I don't really effing care, but you can't live here. But I don't know that he will allow that.
Really?
I think he'll step in. I mean, he honestly, he doesn't want her to go away. He wants her to stay here and go to Fresno State.
Which is so weird.
She can't live at home.
What'd he say?
Well, she can come live with me. I'm like,
how many rooms do you have?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fun with that. Hope you're not trying to get pregnant anytime soon. You never had a kid live with you.
Yeah.
Stops things.
Yeah. Saying. Interrupts things just a bit.
So I don't know. I don't know what that will do. I hope that's backup, you know, but.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's not going to be.
I hope not. But, I just, I feel like I'm like, no go. But honestly, I know that it's not because I hate my kid. It's because she needs it.
Mm-hmm.
She needs it.
You want her to experience stuff.
Yes. And she needs to figure out that, and she already has, like, I see it. She doesn't vocalize it as much, but she does things or says things in roundabout ways that I know her to where I know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
she's realized that she's had it really, really good.
Good.
Really, really good. And I just want to keep making it known you have had it really, really good. And mommy works really, really hard to do that.
Yeah.
And so you need to turn around and do something with yourself.
Right.
And don't make it not count.
Right.
It needs to count. It's the whole point. We do this not just so that you could say, my mommy did all of these wonderful things for me and I get a pat on my back. No. I need you to actually go do something with yourself. Go make something of yourself. And that will in turn give me gratitude and satisfaction.
Right.
That what I did actually worked.
Right. I don't know. Do you think kids really fully grasp that ever?
I don't know, especially this generation. I don't know that they ever will, but I hope that it comes to a point of that. She is really turning a leaf. It's really funny to see her when we were in Mexico, how grateful she was.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
So grateful. Couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe it. She couldn't believe she was there. She couldn't believe we did this. She couldn't believe all of it. And she was so helpful and so kind and so good. And I'm not saying that like I get it. Someone could say, oh, well, yeah, you're on a vacation, and whatever. But
I've fought with my kids on vacations before.
Yeah. And she's a 17-year-old and she's, but so I feel like she's been very, very appreciative.
Yeah. And there's a difference between them behaving well and them showing gratitude.
Yes.
Like she vocalized it and she let you guys know.
Yes.
It wasn't just like, oh, my kids, we had a good vacation. My kids had fun. We all enjoyed ourselves. They loved it. It wasn't, that's completely different.
Right. So I don't know. But my whole point is, Ashley, I think that I think we do this a lot as parents, but you don't give yourself enough credit. I think that you're a lot more, you're intuitive with your kids. I think you know when things are off. I think you kind of sense things. I think like, even if you don't catch things before they happen or right when they happen, I think when things are kind of like, hold on, wait a second. Your kids, I think, even though they're teenagers, they're boys, they're not going to want to tell mom everything. They're not going to want to.
I don't know. I feel like Hayden wants to tell me everything.
Well, I was going to say, I think that they like talking to you.
Which I do appreciate. And I don't...
That's huge.
I have to say that I, in this last week, had to figure out how to word what I was trying to say because I wanted to tell him, you don't have to tell me everything. You know that, right? Because sometimes I feel like I don't know. He's just like, well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh gosh. Okay. Like, none of it's extremely horrible, but he will tell me things where I'm like, okay, I didn't need to know that. Didn't need to know it. Okay.
Like with his friends?
No.
Girlfriend, not girlfriend.
Not girlfriend. Yeah. About girl stuff where it's like, I do want him to tell me stuff. But I'm also like, oh, man, I don't know. At some point, I am very open with him. Jason and I are very open. And sometimes I don't know.
What's going on with your phone?
That's a message that Jason's in. I don't know if it's a group message or if it's a message with him. But well, where's your phone? You didn't get an alert? But I know, and you can hear that on the audio. Nope, I guess not. Well, we are very open. Jason and I are very open with them. And sometimes we do say things just to kind of see the shock value of it. And sometimes I think maybe we shouldn't do that because my kids are also very, very open, which I do appreciate. But at the same time, I'm also like, yeah, I didn't need to know that you jack off every night before bed. I didn't need to know that. I mean, I assume it's happening daily. You know, he's a boy, a 15-year-old.
They're teenagers, though, Ashley.
Yeah.
Most people do not get that out of their teenagers. I can barely get a kid to tell me.
But is that because? But is it a bad thing? Is he sharing more than do they know more about us and do we know more about them than we actually should? Like, what is too far? You know?
You know what? I actually don't think it can be too far.
No?
No. I think that that's where you as a mom just have to compartmentalize and say, moving it to the back. I don't need to know that, but you told me, and so we're going to go ahead and throw it in the very back. I don't want to touch it unless some fucking thing comes up in some later on in life thing that I have to go.
If I get to make a speech at your wedding.
Yeah.
No, I'm just
remember
kidding.
You told me, when you have dementia,
yeah.
You can't remember anymore. You're going to say, are you still jacking off before you go to bed, Hayden?
I know you're 15. Yeah.
And
I will have dementia.
About it at the dinner table right now.
Oh my gosh, at the dinner table. Yeah, that will be me.
But I feel like way better to have too much than nothing.
Yeah,
you would be spinning your mind if he didn't talk to you.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah, that's true.
Then you have to consider, are you a serial killer? What's the matter with you? What's wrong with you? You don't talk to us. We don't know anything about you.
But sometimes they'll keep stuff still from me.
Well, yeah, they're teenagers. But I started to feel that way when Tristan was when she just completely shut down on me. I'm like, what's the matter with her? What is she doing? Is she crazy? Is she nuts? Is she, going through something?
Does she talk to anyone? What's happening? Why?
What is going on?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is her deal?
Because
she's not talking to me about anything. And girls are always, I think, going to have issues. I mean, unfortunately, I'm fucked because I have 3 girls. Mm-hmm. So all of them are going to hate my fucking guts until they all have kids and they realize that, oh, my mom did everything for me and now she's going to raise my kids. Not raise my kids.
Right.
Now she's going to actually help me, take care of my kids too. So I feel like until that point or until they need me later in life, I'm not going to be their person. Although the little ones right now,
I don't know. My mom and I are very, very close, and we've always been close.
I know, but my mom and I are not.
But that doesn't mean you and your girls won't be.
I hope not. That's not what I want at all. I actually really love, and I know this sounds really bad, but people will say little girls and their dads and whatever. And you girls were so cute this morning with all your little snuggly pictures and stuff. And I'm thinking, I didn't fucking want my kids in my fucking bed anymore. Okay, I'm fucking done with that.
Okay, but you're in the thick of it.
But I was gonna say, they have never left my bed. Really, I mean, Georgia did, but Danny has never left my fucking bed. At 3.
But you're in the thick of it.
And I actually really love when Georgia doesn't come to the room every night.
Yeah.
She does come to the bed. And Danny has been really sweet about this too lately. When they actually hug me. Mm-hmm. It's not like, I'm just using your bed and your body as a pillow.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to lay here and take up your whole bed. But when they actually
That's
really
what Jackson does now. He used to snuggle with me.
And I do love that. But I was going to say, I think my girls actually prefer me than Dad. And I don't think that's not a dig on him.
But you know what? That's the same thing as what Tiff said about the boys wanting their dad. You know, like normally it's mama's boy and daddy's girl. And they're a little, I mean, she has 3, so who knows?
She's very mothery and she's very snuggly and she's all of those things with the boys.
But I think that Bryce is such a different kind of dad. Yeah. You know, like he's the kind of dad who, remember at the old house when he would be like, let's just have them stay in our bed. You know, like he was afraid for them to be across the house.
Yeah. And Tony's like, she's going to be fine in her crib by herself.
Yeah. Jason's like,
all the way on the other side of the room.
Jason gets bothered that Jackson sleeps with me when he's gone. I'm like, you're not even here. Why do you care? He's not in bed with you. When I'm gone, he never goes in bed with Jason.
So the girls are very, and I've always been that way.
Whenever he went out of town, I remember T would go and stay in your room. I was
single and went through my divorce. Even before that, and I was still basically single because I basically lived on my own.
Right.
She slept with me.
Yeah.
I never would have turned that away, ever.
Did she sleep in her own crib and stuff like that in the beginning?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So was it not until things started getting...
she's a lot like Danny where she'd get up in the middle of the night and come in.
Oh, okay.
She was a lot like that. She did that a lot. And then I think once he was gone, it was just like, you can sleep in my bed. Like there's no...
Yeah. Who cares?
Yeah. I think it was a transition to get her, even at 5 years old, to learn how to sleep in her own bed when I started,
Yeah, dating Tony. Yeah.
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 But I feel like the girls are just, they're way closer to me in that snuggly way than they are Dad. And you hear Daddy's girl all the time. They don't. But
I feel like, I don't know. To me, I feel like moms are just so much more snuggly. We're just so much more loving. Yeah. And I just think that dads are more to play with to do that.
And I'm not like a big softy mom.
Right.
Like I'm not like I'm never going to yell at my kids. I'm never going to say them. I'm never going to. We're going to talk about it. We don't say no to our children. No, that's not me.
Yeah. I'm going to fly off the handle every single day. I'm going to tell you how annoying you are. I'm going to tell you, stop eating around me. If I have to hear you chew one more time, I'm going to beat the out of you.
I'm going to tell you that if you did not wipe your butt, you're going to have bugs growing in your butt and they're going to come flying all over your body and you're going to be gross and not have any friends. So get in there and wipe your butt and clean your hands and don't come out until you do.
I love that kind of stuff.
I told the girls were like, they love their milk in the morning.
Oh yeah.
So annoying. And so they wanted milk at night. Well, one day Tony gave them milk at night. And I said, I don't want them to have milk at night. I don't even really care for them to have cow's milk anymore. Like I want them to get off of it now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a process because they love it.
Yeah, that is hard.
And so, and Danny's just the worst. I mean, she's such a hard-headed little shit. And so they wanted milk at night. And I said no. And they kept wanting, but we want milk at night. We want to have a little milk. And, most parents would have said, okay, I mean, it's milk. They're not asking for soda. They're asking for milk. I said, no. You guys have had snacks and you guys already had milk once and your teeth are going to fall out and they're going to get all rotten and black and then they're going to fall out and you're not going to have any teeth when you smile. And they're like, I mean, they're 3 and 4. They're like, what the hell? Our teeth are going to fall out. I'm like, yeah. And then Danny's like, we cannot have milk at night because our teeth will fall out.
She's so funny. She's hilarious when you guys, because she is always like, I can't do this because blah, blah, blah. I can't. We don't do that. No, that's not nice.
She's so bad right now. You know, it's funny. We had a friend that said her daughter went through 3 nature years.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia, I felt, was a little like that in the sense of like wanting to be a little bit more mature.
Yeah.
And, you know, all that. She still kind of is. Danny is just, she's a difficult one.
Mm-hmm. But she's been difficult
since she was born.
Yeah.
Since she was born. She was my one. And granted, every kid is.
She was your easiest labor, though.
She was.
See, you should be warned, parents.
Labor.
Easy labors, hard child.
Hard child. She was my easiest labor. Just in and out, like that. Had her, quick, done, over with. Painful, quick, that's it. But she has never slept. No. She does not sleep. She doesn't let me sleep.
Georgia was so good in her crib. Yeah. Like, so never easy.
Content. She talks back. She went to bed crying last night because she told her dad no. He sent her to the room. It's like she pushes the boundaries, and I hope to God it's a phase that she grows out of.
Right.
You know, some people say like your hard kids turn into easy older ones or vice versa. I hope that's the case because she's so difficult. But if it's not, she's going to drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
until someone marries her and it's their problem.
She's always been your difficult one, but I would say up until now, the difficult things were not, okay, so she didn't sleep. That sucks, but it's not a behavioral issue. Like, her being difficult before was just like, she just didn't care. She wasn't talking back, you know, like she just, if it was like, Danny, if you don't pick this up, then you don't get this. And it was like, well, I don't want it kind of thing. Yeah. You know, like it was, she wanted things her way and she just didn't care.
Making the wrong choices.
But yeah, but her like talking back is a new thing. It wasn't like she's always just been like, F you about everything, you know? And it wasn't like, even though she was like, I feel like she's the one that is going to test you the most. It wasn't necessarily like bad behavior. Like she's like a little daredevilish.
Yes.
So like stuff like that. Yeah. She's very much like my way or the highway. Like I want it like this. This is how it's going to be.
Very energetic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kept going. It was like she didn't have an off button. She still doesn't. Really,
but I feel like she doesn't cry. Like with her faking tonight, I feel like that's relatively new.
Oh yeah, she totally fake cries.
Because before I feel like she was just like, eh.
And I'm sure she learns it at school too. But she's so fucking cute.
I know.
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Her little
it'll
curls,
get you.
Her little nose. She's so cute and so tiny, and you don't want to.
And her little voice, and
you don't want to yell at her. And then when you scold her and yell at her, and she's like, "I'm so sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
We don't do that. I won't do that again." I'm like, "Yeah, you fucking are, huh?"
Right?
Do it, and she
you're like, you're gonna do it tomorrow.
You're gonna do it again. You're probably gonna do it in the next 10 minutes. I mean, I fucking know you already.
Right.
This is what you do. And that is literally, I'm like, this kid has learned how to apologize since she was like 1 year old, I swear. And it's like it just rolls off her shoulder. She just knows, like, I just apologize.
Mm-hmm.
But she still does the same thing.
Yeah. You know? So I feel like, you know, before she would apologize, before she would be like, like, I don't want that. It's
That's
fine.
fine.
I don't need that. Or,
candy then.
yeah,
It's Santa's.
yeah.
I don't need Santa. That's
Right.
fine. I got enough.
It wasn't ever her like
Can't
being
threaten her.
disrespectful,
Right.
you know, like,
Right.
which I mean, she's 3. So talking back, it's
Like
not
when
her
she
being like
said that,
disrespectful. She's
like when she said that she'll start listening when I said Jesus is watching, and she
Oh,
said
yeah.
she'll start listening when he's alive.
yeah, that,
What the-
oh,
Whose kid
Yeah.
are you?
yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was when you sent that, I was like, oh no. Oh no.
I don't even know what.
It's a
I'm
good
gonna
thing
do.
you're in Catholic school.
Yeah, it's a really good thing. I'm gonna have to tie her to a pole. With a nun's razor.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. I mean, she's the difficult one. Georgia is sassy. She's gotten a lot sassier.
Yeah.
But and she just, I don't like that all the movies are very, you marry and you have a prince and you know, she is in love with that. She's in love with love. And I guess I should just.
I know, because remember, she was already trying to kiss boys and then found out she can't kiss any boy except daddy or her husband.
Well, and you should have seen her at the wedding. I mean,
oh gosh,
but she was in love with the wedding. Everything just like, I mean, she's just like watching, and I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna have to put cactus in front of both of their windows. I don't know. I mean, I didn't have to worry about this with Tristan. I felt like she was relatively kind of like that. There's things that I see in both girls that I remember going through with Tristan. You know, I remember seeing things like that were similar, but she was never a little shit like Danny. And I don't know that she was ever that in love with love like Georgia. You know,
I don't.
Was silly like the girls.
Danced. I think that's.
She danced. The girls love dancing. The girls are very like. It's funny. They're super girly, but Danny wants to like play rough though too. Yeah, she wants to like roll with the homies and like play rough and like, okay, let's go. You know. Let's do this. Yeah. She was at the birthday party on Sunday, which is Georgia's classmate. She was so happy. She got to go? She was so happy. Oh. She didn't get to go to the last one. Right. And this little boy had a Nerf gun, and she's like, are you gonna shoot me? And trying to like hide from him and dodge, and then he would shoot her, and she would bust up laughing, and like she just loved like that he was shooting her. That's hilarious. Georgia was like her mom, grabbed a gun, couldn't cock it, but grabbed it, and she was learning how to shoot. So she's like, she's so girly and all of those things. And then she does things like that. And then like this morning I was finishing up my workout and she comes in and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm just doing my stretches. And then she's not like, stretches? No, she doesn't do stretches? She said stretches. And then she goes, Danny, let's do push-ups. And she starts doing push-ups. She actually did better. Oh, ones. She wasn't doing Jason's little dick ups? No? I said, Gigi, you're doing push-ups better than Jason, Uncle J-Rock. And she was pumping him out. She was doing. I was like, "You're doing really they're gonna have a competition when he recovers." Really good. And then Danny starts, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, you look like Uncle J-Rock." Mm-hmm. Yeah. So funny. So I mean, she's I think you just have all different personalities. I mean, everybody always says every kid is different, which they are. But it's funny because you have this kid, you have that kid, you have that kid. It's like, I mean, I know the boys are different, but they have similarities, I think, which I don't know. Like I said, when Tiff had said and I said, well, Hayden stopped wanting to cuddle at like 2. By 2, he was
Mr. Independent wanted to be on his own.
Which is so funny because Hayden not wanting to cuddle at an early age, and be so independent, but he's
my soft one.
He's your soft one. He's your emotional one.
Yeah.
You know, he's the one that's going to tell you everything.
Oh, yeah.
Where I don't know that Jackson's going to talk to you, but I don't know that he's going to share everything.
Oh, no. No.
You
know? He won't. Jackson's a lot like Jason.
Yeah. He's
very, like, Hayden's very hard on your sleeve, and Jackson's a lot of hold back. Mm-hmm. You know, he's not going to talk about stuff. You're going to have to pull it out of him.
Mommy every night
he does, but he doesn't want to snuggle me anymore, which I find offensive.
At least he wants to be
because yeah, but I find it offensive because sometimes I'm very cold and I try to put my feet on him to make me warmer, and he backs away from me. And I'm like, you used to, I remember when you told me in Olive Garden, Mom, can we go to the car so I can touch you? Because he wanted to like touch rub on my stomach and my mole. Like he loved to, he was the kid that even Hayden, if him and Hayden slept together, he would rub Hayden.
One of my brothers, and they'll ask me if they listen. He used to do this with my mom's hair.
Yes.
And that's how he would fall asleep.
Yes.
You know, it was just like a
Robbie. And he would like go all the way up to her head and like start pulling, and my mom would, but he was like that. Steven.
And then only one of them was nursed. You'll know.
Were you nursed?
No.
I know which one.
And and he was like this too. And it's funny because he's still kind of like, when like everyone will give everyone a hug or whatever, and sometimes he'll come up to you and he's like, and I think without even realizing,
with you saying that, I feel like I am thinking of a different one now.
He kind of just like he kind of.
I know which one you're talking about now, but I really thought of someone else.
She said that he used to like, she has a mole, like I think on her back, he used to just sit there with the mole.
That was Jackson. I have one like here, so he would put his arm around me and like rub like this, like all the time. And then like he would find Jason's too. And in Hayden's bed, Hayden has one on his back and he would find it. Oh, he's always been that kind of kid. Like he had to feel it. I don't know. It's funny, those things.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you now about which brother was nursed, but we'll do that off air so we don't embarrass any of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, we didn't even get into Mexico.
I know. Yes. Mexico
we'll
next.
Talk about Mexico and all the craziness there, and what I left with and what I came back with.
Yeah. I know. I can't.
Who survived and who didn't? I will tell you that I had a lot of tequila. I think as with the different times that we've gone to Mexico, this was, I think, my top tequila trip.
Oh, really?
And I will tell you that I found a new favorite tequila, and I freaking love it so much. I would totally be, I've talked about this before, I would totally be a Carissa and just
take shots
and water all night long because it was that good.
Okay, we're going to have to get into this because you know I am not a tequila person.
I know. I was watching Yellowstone. Did you watch Yellowstone?
Yes.
I loved when she said that because I was thinking I would totally keep tequila in my house now if I had that. And when she ordered her whiskey and he said, I have tequila.
Yeah. What am I on spring break?
Well, you're not on spring break and you're not fucking Mexican. I would take tequila.
I feel like tequila is a spring break thing. I guess I never went to a spring break because I would think,
we were 4.
I guess that makes sense because I'm thinking like vodka would be Isn't that like
tequila.
young kids though?
But
Young
you, like-
kids, it's vodka though. No?
But spring break, you go to like Mexico.
Oh, well, for spring break, I went
To your grandpa's. You went to Bam's.
probably. I don't know. I don't know that I ever went anywhere on spring
Yeah.
break. Honestly, never. I don't think.
I don't think so either. I'm living my spring breaks now
Yeah, you are.
with my kids and my husband.
I love it.
Guys, thank you.
Thank
so
you
much.
so
And
much.
we hope that you were nice and chill.
Yes, with our
with our
holiday.
snowy
Yes.
background.
If you're not watching, remember on Spotify, you can watch us
You
now.
can watch and see what we throw up on our TV, and
Mm-hmm.
it would be kind of fun to do like a giveaway.
I was
or
gonna
something.
say that we should do a contest.
Do a contest, I think, for Christmas on that. That
Yes.
would be good. But you'll have to watch to see what the clues
Mhm.
are. I guess.
Yes.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much, and thanks for swapping with us.
Thank you. Oy.